Yo, what it do? What it do? Roll Rawls, and we're back again just for you. Hey, we got a game coming up today. Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints, 1 o'clock Eastern. And it should be a good game. It should be a good game. You got people on the internet talking crazy, though, talking about how the Cowboys are throwing shade at the Saints, all because Trayvon Diggs said, was that a trick question, when the journalist asked him, what kind of challenges do Chris Olave bring for you in this game? And Trayvon Diggs said, is that a trick question? He's a good player. Do you not understand that that's not him throwing shade at Chris Olave? That's him saying that he's the man. That's him having confidence in his abilities. That's him knowing that he's the best corner in the league, hands down. And that it doesn't matter who he goes up against. He's going to do his job. That's not throwing shade, bro. Mr. Wi-Fi, that ain't throwing shade. That's not called shade. That's called confidence. That's called not wavering on your abilities. That's not, oh, it's like a handshake after a game. Boy, oh boy. That's for after the game. The handshake, that's for after the game. The credit given will be after the game. We're not saying Chris Olave can't have a decent game. We're just saying when he goes up against Trayvon Diggs, he's not going to have his best game. Because Trayvon Diggs is Trayvon Diggs. And that is what it is. And then they were talking about how CeeDee Lamb throwing shade at Marshawn Lattimore. Like, again, this is not shade towards the Saints players. The Cowboys are not going into this game throwing shade at the Saints players. This is the Cowboys going into this game saying, if we do what we do, it doesn't matter what they do. Because we are who we say we are. We are confident in what we believe. It's not about them. It's not about the opponent. So, Mr. Wi-Fi, perception is key. Your perception might be screwed. You say that you think that you're more of on the Cowboy side of things, and even your brother is a Cowboy fan, but yet he's also a hater of Dak Prescott, the man that's done more for the Cowboys in his career than the previous quarterbacks in that 28 years. So, with all that being said, stop trying to make something out of nothing, bro. Stop trying to make something out of nothing. Because that's what it is. It's nothing. It's just our players saying that they believe if they do their job the way they're supposed to, that it doesn't matter what opponent they play. They focus on the players, the other teams, for training to prepare for the game. Yes. They focus on who they're going up against to prepare for the game. Yes. But at the end of the day, you're talking about CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. Two of the absolute best at their position. And if they come and play their game the way they know they can, it doesn't matter what opponent you put them up against. It don't matter. Because they are Timothy. Don't you get it? It's not about throwing shade. It's not about trying to give the other team momentum or motivation. That's not it. It's simply them just having confidence within themselves to know that they can do their job better than anybody else can do their job. And if they do it at their best, there ain't nobody that's gonna come up against them and outplay them. That's just how they feel. And to try to take that from them and spin it with your perception as motivation for the other team, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You trying to start stuff. Are you a three-letter network? Are you a three-letter network, Mr. Wi-Fi? Because I don't think you is. You as well said you're going to be reacting to this game. Well, you might want to step in over here because we'll be doing it too. Yeah, we'll be doing it too. I'll show you how it's done. I'll call plays way better than Tom Brady did last week. Hopefully, Tom Brady is not as boring this week as he was last week. Man, me and my buddy who were in here, who should have been on camera with me, but he was in the chat. We were calling the game, and you could act like we were sidekick during that game because we were calling stuff out, trying to speak it into existence. And man, if it wasn't happening, I don't know, but it felt like we were telling them what to do and they were doing it, even though we know in our hearts that that's not true. But it felt like we spoke it into existence. It felt that way. So, what up, Pat? What up? There's my boy right there. We're going to be watching the game a little bit live. I was just watching these videos earlier. This is Wi-Fi, whoever. I ain't even going to say their last name because it don't matter. I think his brother has a name like Microphone. Something like that. But he's in there talking crazy. Like how, Trayvon Diggs is giving the Saints motivation by bashing Chris Olave, or CeeDee Lamb is giving the Saints motivation for bashing Marshawn Lattimore when, in fact, neither did either. So, that man got crazy talks. He out there talking like he ESPN or something. Just lame. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this game is going to be a good matchup. I think that if the Saints try to play the Cowboys like they play the Carolina Panthers, I think the Saints are going to make a big mistake. I think if they try to blitz us like they blitzed that young quarterback over here in Carolina, I think they're going to mess up. I think if they drop their DBs and try to blitz their DBs as much, and they leave either CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks open, they're going to leave some big plays on the field for Brandon Cooks or CeeDee Lamb. And we're going to take advantage of what the Carolina Panthers couldn't. So I really hope that the Saints have a better game plan for the Cowboys than they did for the Panthers, because that ain't going to fly with our team. It just fly. No, yeah, I saw a dude posting on YouTube about it. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. I never heard of this Wi-Fi guy before. His brother, I've seen his channel. It's Microphone. Something like that. And he breaks down different content for the NFL. But no, yeah, we ain't got no young quarterback that don't know how to read defenses. We ain't got no bro wide receivers that can't catch the ball. We got some dogs, and they're gonna show up, and we ain't the Panthers. Am I gonna say it's gonna be a run over? No, I'm not gonna say that we're gonna run over the Saints. I don't know. The Saints look good against the Panthers, but at the end of the day, we know what the Panthers are. I can show you what the Panthers are. I'm gonna show you. That's the Panthers. So, I mean, if they come into our game with the same game plan that they had for the Panthers, it's going to be bad news for the Saints. But I almost feel like they have to, because I feel like the Saints have an issue with getting pressure, so they have to draw up these blitz packages in order for their team to get pressure on defense. I think that's why they did that way. And in week 1, they got lucky against a team that has a young quarterback that is unproven, against a team that has been very low in standards in the last couple of years. But I ain't scared of the Saints. I ain't scared of the Saints by any. Even better of a game if it was in New Orleans, but I don't feel that it would make the amount of difference that the Saints would need for them to actually be the winner of that game. I don't think at home the Saints are going to come into our home and be successful trying to do what they did against the Panthers last week. It's not going to happen. They're going to leave way too many players on the field wide open if they're dropping their DBs and doing blitzes all game long with their DBs. They had 3 sacks with a DB last week. Bryce Young is not Dak Prescott against pressure. When Dak Prescott's under pressure, he's at his best, honestly. Under blitz, he's one of the best, honestly. So if you're going to do what you did against the Carolina Panthers, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks are going to take advantage. They are going to take advantage of you blitzing your DBs. There's going to be long passes for touchdowns to Brandon Cooks. There'll be long passes to CeeDee Lamb for Cooks because you are leaving them one-on-one or wide open, which would be a big mistake for the Saints coming against the Cowboys. So that's where my opinion lies on this game. I really hope they have a better game plan for the Cowboys than they did the Panthers, because like I'm saying, that game plan ain't going to work against the Cowboys. If you watch any other film breakdown of the guys that are great content creators for the Cowboys, great content creators, you talk about Vach, you talk about Okoye, these are all great content creators for the Cowboys. Mark Holmes is good. He does it his own way, kind of like I do my own way. But Brian Broaddus, Jeff Kavanaugh, Skywalker Steele, props to all of them. Shout-outs to all of them. I watch all of them. They are very great. Even Rome, even Boss Cowboy, even though I don't agree with a lot of what they say, I still appreciate their content. But if you don't believe me, go watch them break down the film. They are going to break down the film and show you why it is a big mistake for the Saints to try to play the Cowboys like they played the Panthers. We ain't the Panthers, Saints. Y'all are in the Panthers division, so y'all know the Panthers. Y'all understand the Panthers, and that's fine. I understand the Panthers, too. I'm in their home state. I know who they is and who they ain't. They barely a football team at this point. Yeah, I think that manifestation, we gonna make things happen. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works, bro. But yeah, man, I saw that video and I had to hop on here. I'd show the video. I'll give you a peek of who he is. Let me go backwards here, because I got Talking Cowboys up right now. But, hold on.
Look, I admit I'm biased in favor of the Saints. I want
that
to
dude.
see this lady in a Derek Carr jersey by the end of the night.
This dude right here. Wi-Fi bro. Whatever he wants to go by. He act like CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs are throwing shade towards the Saints, when in fact what CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs were doing was bigging up themselves. They were saying that if we do our job, it don't matter who we face. It don't matter who we face. So is that a trick question? Because it don't matter who we face. If I do my job and my abilities, I'm the best to do it. So why would it matter who I go against? There's nobody better. That's what they were saying. Not that they were throwing shade. He said Chris Olave is a good player. He ain't good. There ain't a receiver in the NFL that I'm gonna put up against Trayvon Diggs and say he's gonna have a field day. Trayvon Diggs, even at the best receiver in the NFL, might be our receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Trayvon Diggs is gonna get the best of him. There may be plays where CeeDee Lamb gets the best of him too. But Chris Olave is not no CeeDee Lamb. He's a good player, like Trayvon said. He's a good player.
$60 million a year? No, I don't think so.
Your brother will never win.
Remember, even Ezekiel did the
Let's get to this point here. Obviously, dude, I'm on live right now. See, here. I don't care about that right now.
Was asked about Marshawn Lattimore in the slot. What's it going to be like going up against this guy?
So let's see what he has to say.
Challenge, and what he said was absolutely insane. Throwing some shade here.
Does Marshawn go in the slot?
No.
I'm already going against one, so there's no surprise if I see another one. Obviously, Trey has the better ball skills and he has a knack for the ball, so I feel like Trey has much more of an advantage because we see each other. He knows my tendencies and vice versa. But yeah, it's a pleasurable moment. I cherish it and I embrace it every opportunity I get, and so does he.
To me, that is not him throwing shade at Marshawn Lattimore. They've only gone up against each other one time, and there's only 2 or 3 targets at that point in that game. But CeeDee Lamb ate the rest of that game. Ate. Like it was Thanksgiving dinner. He ate. But he's not talking trash. He's not. That's not trash talk. That's him really not even speaking on Marshawn Lattimore. Only thing that you could even take as shade is the fact that he said, I feel like Trayvon Diggs has the advantage because I feel he has better ball skills. I feel like he has the advantage because he sees me every day and gets to see my tendencies every day. And I go up against him. So when I see a 1, it's not going to make a difference when I see another 1. They calling Lattimore a 1, but he's not throwing man. These are just our players having confidence. One. Let's go see.
For this game,
The Trayvon Diggs one. And Lattimore might not even be playing this game. So we don't know.
I think he's still going to make it. It's Chris Olave.
Challenges Chris.
He was asked what kind of challenge does Olave present?
What challenges Chris Olave bring? One more time. What challenges does Chris Olave bring as a receiver?
There's a trick question.
A trick question.
He a good player.
What?
He asked, is it a trick question? And then he said, he's a good player. Chris Olave is still a young player. He's not throwing shade. Action there for a second. Yes, I agree. Lamb, put them in whatever order they want to. That's your opinion. You can, I'm going to put them Lamb, Jefferson, Cheetah. Some people may have their order differently, but that's my order. And it may be slightly biased as I am a Cowboys fan. You could argue for the point to go for either way, but those are the best 3 wide receivers in the NFL. There are other young wide receivers that are up and coming that are making their mark, but once their mark is made, then no name will be mentioned. But that's the way people take things and put them on the internet as clickbait, like my boy here saying. That's It's crazy because you trying to build momentum and motivation for another team when you claim that this is your team. I don't get it. Just like I don't get the people that trash talk the Cowboys, like, and bash players and hope that they fail. Like, hoping that your players on a team that you root for fails is you might as well be rooting for your team to fail. To me, that's the opposite of being a fan. You could fan however you want to fan, but to me, I'm going to support my team and support my decisions and that the team makes and hope for the best. And put the faith in their front office to know that they know what they're doing better than I do. I will scout these players myself. I will do research on these players myself to see and build an opinion for myself. But that kind of is what it is. That's right, man. That's right. You're right. You're right. People that talk shit and throw shade are people that are living under a rock and they can't get out from under that rock. They damn self. I prefer to stay positive. I prefer to put positive energy into this world because I believe that the energy you give off is the energy you will get back. So I'm not going to put that negative out there. And I'm not going to wish on no man to fail. Ever. I hope everybody succeeds. I hope everybody gets paid. I ain't wishing on no man's downfall. Ever. I don't need to break no man down to build another man up. That ain't what it do. There's enough room at the top for everybody. So I hope everybody makes it. But damn, man, that shit just had me a little rifled this morning watching that video. I came back from doing some work and saw that video and I was like, who the hell is this man? I ain't never even seen his video before. This is the first time I even seen his video claiming to be a Cowboy fan, but then throwing shade at the Cowboy fans because he thinks they are throwing shade at the Saints fan. That just ain't what it is. This is going to be a good game. Saints have a decent defense. I don't think their defense is better than what the Browns represented. I don't think their DBs are better. I don't think their defensive line is better than the Browns. Do they have a better offense? Probably. Their offense is probably better because they have a more veteran quarterback and more seasoned quarterback who has been playing the last 4 years, as the Browns quarterback hasn't been able to stay healthy or on the field the last 4 years, even though he did look good. There has been other players that have came in off their couches and did better for the Browns than so far what Deshaun Watson has done. Can he turn it around? I hope so, for the Browns' sake. I hope he can turn it around. I don't know that he can. I don't know. It's hard to miss almost 4 years of football. I mean, he's played, 10 games probably in the last 4 years? That's a lot of football to miss. That's a lot of knowledge that you're not getting. That's a lot of experience that you're not building. It makes it hard for Deshaun Watson. So, as people also throw shade at Deshaun Watson, I get the allegation stuff. I ain't even talking about that. That's legal matters that I don't really care to get into. But I think that it's just been hard on him to get a feel for things because he hasn't been able to build the experience that most quarterbacks do. Most quarterbacks don't take 4 years off unless their name is Staubach. And Staubach came back as a baller. But he took 4 years off to go into the military, not because of injury and legal problems. Yeah, he's got some struggles to find ways to hurdle over for sure. I hope he does. I hope he hurdles over him, and I hope he becomes a good quarterback for the Browns. They gave him a lot of money in hopes that he could be the guy he was when he was a Texan. He was phenomenal as a Texan. But then the legal suits started happening, the injuries started happening, and he hasn't been able to stay on the field to gain the experience that the other quarterbacks in his QB class or draft class were able to build. So they have been able to get steps ahead of him because he has not gotten that experience. But I hope he can turn it around. I truly hope he can turn it around. He had some struggles last game, but if he learns to probably stay in the pocket a little longer and get his throws off a little quicker, he'll probably have a little more success. He's not that good on the scramble. He has these struggles with accuracy. And like I said, this is something that experience can't help with. But it's hard to say. We'll hope for the best. That's all we can do. But as far as the Saints, we know what Derek Carr is. Derek Carr is not a young quarterback. He's a veteran quarterback that's been in this league for a while. We know what he's capable of. We know what he's not capable of. He is a lot less mobile than Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is a lot more mobile of a quarterback. So as there is a slight chance that we may see some small runs out of Derek Carr, he's more of a pocket passer than he is a runner. So the Dallas Cowboys defensive line and linebackers who like to put pressure on the quarterbacks are going to make it hard on him. And our DBs aren't going to make it any easier for his wide receivers. That's just going to be the way it is. Their best bet's going to be to dink and dunk on us because the long passes I don't feel are going to be there for them. The running game, if we look the way we did against the Browns, who are generally a much better running team. Now, granted, they were missing 2 tackles and a running back, but they like to run the ball more. And we did not let them run the ball. And they are a better run team, I would say, than the Saints. The Saints have Kamara. Kamara is someone that we will have to watch out for. He is going to be the main player probably on the Saints offense that we need to watch out for. But I feel like our linebackers and our D-line are going to be able to step up to the plate and make plays against them. I feel like Amarion Overshawn is coming into his own and showing players that even though he missed last season due to that injury, that he's a stud out there. That boy can play some football. And he's even got Micah Parsons talking like, man, he's got people thinking he's faster than me. So this might even make Micah Parsons play a little harder now that he's seen Demarion Overshawn in this game and seen that he gets shot out of cannons. He gets shot out the cannon, and he's coming. Eric Kendricks, he looked phenomenal last week for the first week in Dallas. Just gotta love it. This team is playing brotherhood. Zeke being back, got the offense tight. Yeah. The same with Diggs on D. Yeah, I agree. The chemistry that our team is building is looking very good. And the dog in the heart of the players this year is something that within that first game so far, we can see a difference. We can see that they're hungry. I hope they stay hungry. I hope they stay healthy. And I hope they continue to eat. It's been crazy. I think the Cowboys are going to win this game. I think we'll probably put up about 30 points. I think the Saints might get 24 if they're lucky. But I really think they'll probably hit under that 20 mark. I think 17 or 19. I'll say 17 like I did last week. But so we'll say 30-17 will be my score prediction for the Cowboys versus the Saints. But I'm going to probably hop off here too, Pat. I'll holler at you later. You think 38-17? I hope we put up that 40 burger. I'm going to go with 30, but I hope we put up that 40 burger. But, yo, I'll see you later in the game. You know I'll be running this stream, so I'll holler at everybody out there. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all's opinions are. What you think of what I brought up on the YouTube channel of this Mr. Wi-Fi guy and your opinion on if you think the Cowboys players were indeed throwing shade or if you were just thinking that they were bigging themselves up. Because to me, it was me thinking that they were just confident in themselves. No, yeah, much love, brother. Peace out. So go ahead, let me know in the comments y'all's opinion. Let me know what your score predictions are. And we'll see y'all at 1 o'clock. Peace out.